Hello friend, welcome back to my lecture on .NET Reflection. So in previous class I have discussed about this .NET Reflection. Basically the reflection, in reflection we fetch the assembly information, or we collect information about itself, about the class info, and we can access information about the type, property, method, event and object. So we can also access attribute information using reflection. So this is the class view. We can extract all these information about all these functions, variable, which are displayed in this class view. So we extract all these class information. So these are all about the reflection, and I have done one program also. I have explained this program. In this program we have one interface car, and inside this interface we have one boolean variable is moving, boolean function is moving function, and this function is implemented in other class also. And we have one more class inside this reflection namespace, and this is car class. And in this car class we have color and speed are two variable. Color is a string variable and speed is a integer variable. And is moving is the function which is its prototype is defined. Is moving, the prototype of is moving function is defined in this interface. Is moving is the boolean function. The prototype is given here, and this function is implemented here, is moving function. And we have one speed function. Here we are only returning the speed. Return, we have get block. By this get block we are returning the speed. And we have one function, accelerate function. With help of this function we will increase the speed. We have given here underscore speed equals to underscore speed plus accelerated. By this function, accelerate function, we will increase the function speed. As we will accelerate, the speed will increase. And is moving is a function, and this is in this function we have given here speed equals to 0, then it will return false, otherwise it will return 2. It will return boolean function, means boolean type. It means it will return true or false value. And we have car constructor. In this constructor we have initial color of the car white, and speed we have mentioned here. And we have one parameterized constructor. In this constructor we have color and speed are two variable. We are initializing by this constructor, parameterized constructor, the color and speed variable. Color equals to color and speed equals to speed. And we have this calculate mpg function where we are passing the parameters, and we are running this statement by the return statement, end mile minus start mile divided by gallons. So these are the different functions. You can see here again, you can see we have one interface inside this reflection namespace. This is iCar interface, and its function is moving. So which is not defined here, it will be defined in the coming classes. So this is again, we have a class car, and this class is again inside the reflection. And in this class we have color and speed variable, as well as we have speed, accelerate and is moving function. And we have two constructor, car and car default constructor, and this is parameterized constructor along with the calculate mpg function. So now see the derived class sports car, which is inherited from the car class. And inside this derived class we have one constructor, sports car constructor, and we are initializing the color variable. And color variable is defined in the previous class as a public variable. That's why we are assigning the value of color variable in derived class. So public variable can be used in the derived class. So this is the complete program, and by running this program we will access the value. We will by run will execute this program, and then we have one more program where we are writing main function. So these are the classes. You can see again, we have iCar interface, and we have car class, and we will have sports car derived class which is inherited from the car class, but still we don't have any main function. So we have to define one more class, and where we will define the main function. So see, in this slide we have one more class inside the same namespace reflection. We have the class object get type demo, and inside this class we have public static void main, and the object of car c equals to new car, and type t equals to c dot get type. So we are writing here the type function. So basically this was the main function of the reflection, and by using this c dot get type, so we are getting the type of C object. So C is object of the car. So obviously it will return car. So car is inside the reflection namespace. So it will return reflection dot namespace. So when we will write the console dot write line t dot full name, then it will return reflection dot car. So this is the program, and one more method we have been, and by using that method, that function, we can also return this one. So you can see here type of, either using type of or using this get type. Get type is also be used, and type of is also be used to return the type of any object or any class. So here the difference between these two, c dot get type, and the get type function will be applied with the object, while type of will be used with the class. So car is a class, so type of, by using the type of, we will return the type of class. So type of class will be returned in t, and we will write here t dot full name. By writing this t dot full name, we will return the reflection dot car. So this is the program, this is the type demo.cs program. And now see one more program where we will return other parameters also. We will reflect other parameters also. So basically you can see here number of properties, parameter as well as properties, as well as variable, as well as method. So we will return all the things. So the number of properties retrieve the string containing various name associated with the class as shown in the following table. So we can return these property: name, full name, namespace name. Name means name of the data type, and full name means full qualified name of the data type, and including the namespace name. So data type will return with the name of namespace also. And namespace, we can return the namespace, the class in which namespace, so it will return the namespace. And these function can also be used. So the number of boolean property indicating whether this type is for example a class enumerated, and so on. So is abstract, if a class is abstract, then it will return true. Is array, if it is array, then it will return true. Each class is com object, is enumerated type, is generic type definition, is generic parameter, is interface, is parameter, primitive, is public, is nested private, is nested public, is shielded, is value type, is pointer. So it can return all these type of value. Either they are, then it will return true, otherwise it will return false. So these properties allow you to discover number of basic traits about the type you are referring to. So this is the different function, these are the different function, and we'll apply these function in next program. We'll apply we will get all these property, as well as we'll apply these functions, these boolean functions on in the next program. So you can see here the program class we have already declared, and we'll writing here main program, public static void main. This is main part. So in place of this main, we are we are replacing this main by this one. So the rest of the program is same. So again you can see the same slide. So we have you have to understand this fact. We have interface car, inside this we have is moving function prototype. We have internal class car. So you can see this is under reflection namespace, interface is under reflection namespace. This is class car, this is under reflection namespace, and color and speed are its variable. Integer speed, accelerate, is moving are its function, calculate mpg are its function, car and car are two default and parameterized constructor. And then we have one derived class sports car, which is inherited from the car class. So we are running here its constructor. But This is main program. This is main program here we have used, but in place of this main program we are running another main program. You can see here we have this main. So we have same namespace reflection. First of all, we'll write using system dot text, using system dot reflection. Then we'll write namespace reflection. The whole program is under this reflection namespace, and then we have class type properties demo. The name of class is type properties demo, and we are writing here public static void main, and static void main or public static void main. So type t equals to type of car. So we are finding out the type of car by using the type of function. We can extract the type of a particular class. So car is a class, so we are returning its type, and then we are writing here get property of this t. So type of car, all the type of car will be written on t, and will extracting all the property of t. So by then we are writing here console.readline, and this get properties t is a user defined function. So this is defined here, public static void get properties. So get properties t is the object of this get properties. So we'll write here t type t. So again this t is passed to this t. This is as a argument, we are passing it as a argument, and get type property is a user defined function. So first of all we have extracted the type of the class, and t is the reference, and then t will be passed to this function. And here we are writing string builder class. We are using one string builder class, output text equals to new string builder. So property is written by the string. So we require this class because we have to extract all the values of this class. T is the reference of the class. So then they all are saved on this string builder. So this will be a long text. For long text, for small text we'll write here string variable or character variable, but we have long text, we have number of multiple lines. So that's why we have to define string builder, object of string builder class. So output text is the object of string builder class. So output text dot append line, and so first line will be analysis of type t dot name. T dot name means t is the object of type, and type of car will be extracted on t. So t dot name, so the name of t is car, so it will display the output as a car. The first output will be car. You can see analysis of type car. Same time I am showing you the output. Analysis of type is car. This you can see here, analysis of type here car. And again we are writing here in next line we are giving here output text dot append line. We are appending next line type name. Again we are using this t dot name. Type name is also car. So you can see here type name is also car. Now output text dot append line, this one full name of the t dot full name. Inside t we have type of car. So t dot full name, it will display reflection dot car. The full name is car is inside the reflection namespace. So that's why we have written here full name reflection dot car. So this is full name. And the last line output text dot append line namespace t dot namespace. The namespace of t means type of car. So the namespace of car is reflection. So reflection is the namespace. So here it will be namespace colon reflection. So the next line will be namespace reflection. Now see this line. Here we are writing here up to this line, up to namespace we have given the output this way. And now see this line, type equals to, again we are writing the object same way as we have written here. T is the object of type. So same way we are defining the object of the type class. Type object of type class is t base, and t dot type. So here we are writing t dot base type. So t dot base type, is object of type, and same way t base is object of type. So both types are same. So t dot base type, t dot base type. So what will be t dot base type? It will be t dot base type. So t, the type of t, t का जो base type है वो क्या होगा? t, basically the t is the object, the nature of t is object. So t dot base type, it means it will be object, because t is a object, t is a object of type. Same way t base is object of type. So t dot base type, it will be object. So t dot base, t base, if t base not equal to null, if it is not equal to null, then output text dot append line base type equals to t base dot name. So t base dot name, it will be object. So base type is a object. So you can see here the base type is a object. T base dot name, it will be base type, type of t, t dot base type, it will be object. Now come to this line type. Again we are defining one another object of the type t underlying system. The t underlying system is the object of the type. Again, as t base is the object of type, same way t underlying system, t underlying system is object of the type. So this underlying system type is a type which is provided by the common language runtime. So you can see its output, t dot underlying system type. So it will be displayed here, t dot underlying system type dot name. So this will be underlying system type dot name, it will be car. So as per the CLR, because in C#.NET we have been, the main role of the C#.NET programming, CLR common language runtime is the main. So the base type of the class with underlying system type of the car will be the car. So that's why we have written here t dot underlying system type. So that will be car, and if it is not null, then output text dot append line underline system type equals to t underline system type dot name. So t underline system type is a t underlying system type is a car. So same, the car, the name of class will be the underlying system type. So this is according to the CLR. This is according to the terminology of common language runtime. That's why it will return the same value as the value of the car. So the name of the class will be returned here. So the output text dot append line underline system type assembly. So you can see here underline system dot assembly. We can also return here assembly. So now after displaying all these, we are displaying here property which is returned in the boolean type, means true and false type. So properties retrieve boolean. So you can see all the properties. This is the list of properties. So each abstract, each array, each class, each com object, each enumerated, each generic type definition. So this way we can run all these functions. So we are running this function here, these functions here. So we have written here is abstract, t dot is abstract, is this t is a abstract type. So you can see t is the object of type, and the type is a this t is a object of type, and t equals to type of car. So the car is abstract type? No, it will return false. T dot is abstract, is it true? No, it is false. Is abstract? False. So now see another one. Is array, t dot is array, output text dot append line is array, then it will return false. Again is array, it will return false. And now this line output text dot append line is com object, t dot is com object, is com object, is it this com object? Again you can see the output, com object false. Is com object false? No, it's not a com object. Component object modeling object. Is class t is class? Yes, it is true. Output text dot append line is class, t dot is class? Yes. So you can see here is class true. So it will return true over here. And again you can see here output text append line public members. Now you can see the public member. This is the output of public member, and uh, you will have member info class also. So this is the new class member info. This is array of info class. Members is the object of the member info class. This is predefined class. At by this class we are accessing get members. We are running this get member function t dot get members. So t is the object of type and which is linked. T is the object of type, and which is in T we have been type of car, in T we have been car, and this T is passed as a argument to this function. And here we are writing t dot get members. So we are extracting all the members, means all the members means all the variable of t, all the variable of car, all the properties of car, or the events of car, all the methods of car. So all these things will be stored on the members array. So members is a array because we have this sign in front of the members variable, and members is a object of member info class, means all the member of particular class will be stored on this array, and which is object of member info class. So you can see here now we need we have multiple members, we have multiple variable, we have multiple methods. So we need to store all these multiple multiple variable. So we require here this array. So to execute, to display all the variable from this array, we need for loop. So we have written here for each member info next member in members. So from member info, so you can see here member info is a class and its object member info. The next number is the object of member info class, and one by one from members array we are extracting one by one member, and in next member object we are extracting the first member, then second member, and third member, fourth member. This way we are extracting all the members, and we'll execute this for loop, and output text dot append line will display these members. So we have written here next member. So the first member will be stored on the next member. So the first member is first next member dot declaring type. So its type will be displayed here. Next member dot its type reflection dot car. Reflection dot car is the type. You can see here next member dot declaring type, its type, and reflection dot car plus next member dot member type. So we'll have next member of member type method. Member type is method, and name, third one is the name. You can see next member dot name. So name, its name is speed. Get speed, get speed. So this is the this is the first one, first line. Now see, so again we'll go on for each loop, and again we'll extract the second line on next member. Then we'll write here next number dot declaring type. So declaring type is declaring type will be same, reflection dot car. So it will be same for all four members, four methods. So reflection dot car, and again you can see its type member type, next member dot member type, again it is method, and method name is accelerate. You can see here next member dot name, its name is accelerate. This is accelerate. So now we'll move on third line. Again we'll run the loop. On third line we'll have next member dot declaring type. Again it will be reflection dot car, and member type, it's member type method, because we are having this third one is moving, this is method and its name. Then we will have reflection dot car method calculate mpg. Now we are writing here system dot object method to string. So we have to string equals get has code, get type. We are using all these methods, predefined methods. So these are two strings inside the system dot object, equals is inside system dot object, and get has code is also in system dot object, and get type is also system dot object. So we are using these predefined methods. You can see all these predefined methods. These are the method which we are using here. Get type, we are using the get type, and we are using here equals also. We are using somewhere we are using equals, and we are using this speed gets we are using. These are the predefined functions. So as whatever we are using on this program, so it will return all these methods. System.object method to string equals have get has code get type. So we are using these predefined, so it will also return these members also. And then reflection.car, we are using constructor. We are using two constructor. We are using property speed. We are using field color. So it will return all the values accordingly. So by running this one, so we will display all the members methods of car class. So this is all about the reflection. You can see here, by using the reflection we are reflecting the name of the type, its namespace, its base type, object type, and is it abstract class, array class, and class com object. Whatever the information regarding this class, it will return, and it will return all its public members. So this is all about the reflection. So thank you guys, thank you very much. You understand all these facts uh, about this reflection. Basically the main idea behind this reflection, the reflection will reflect about the car property, about the class property, not car property. Car is the class in this case, in this particular case. So it will return all the properties of the class, and its members, its methods, its properties, and its events. So everything, its assembly, its namespace, so everything it will return about the class. So we'll have the complete knowledge of the our software, with how many classes, which class, and which function, which methods, public method, private method, everything it will return. So this is reflection. So in next lecture we'll discuss about the remaining part of this reflection. So thank you guys, thank you very much for listening this lecture, and please do subscribe my channel. Thank you again.